And speaking of Biden, man, you guys, he was incoherent so many times in the last couple days. Here he is talking about the planet or climate change, or I don't know.
I see a future of the planet. We save the planet, as this guy's busting his neck doing, from climate change. Literally. Climate crisis in America.
There's the Kennedys. The Kennedys were behind him. That dude is creepy looking. I know it's one of Kennedy's brothers, and I'm sorry, but that he's creepy AF. You guys can judge me all you want, but he is. He's a little weird looking. And I don't know if we're getting to that because we are poor. Okay. But all of them behind him is so irritating. All those kids are like, oh yeah, we're just totally. I mean, I have so many things to say about the Kennedy kids being behind Joe Biden. So gross.
It is pretty vile.
So gross.
And we will get to the video of Carrie Kennedy. But first, Joe Biden is also Pittsburgh.
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
He is Pittsburgh. He was probably raised there too as a young black boy.
He is Pittsburgh. Okay.
In America. I'm Pittsburgh, and I really mean it.
He really means it.
Well, he is technically a Steeler. You see what I did there? See what I did there? See what I did? You see what I did there? He's a Steeler.
He also, a couple days ago, wanted to talk about how he had warned Israel not to invade Haifa. Don't do it, Israel.
Don't.
Just doesn't matter that Haifa is the third largest city in Israel. Don't invade it. Okay, just don't invade Haifa.
And I made it clear to Israelis, don't move on Haifa. It's just not, I mean, anyway, I just, look what we did recently when Israel was attacked.
I can't. Where am I? Oh my God, I need ice cream.
God.
It's a lot of that. It's like, it's like he's trying to hold a puppy and he can't. And he's like, it's, I can't. I gotta work on my Biden impression. Such an
It's
idiot.
frankly not as good as your Bernie, I have to say.
What do you got? It's not the same. It's not. He's so earnest.
Also, you need to choose between democracy and freedom.
You got to.
I guess, according to the president. Here he is again.
Are you ready to choose freedom over democracy? Because that's America.
That's America. Since when is that America? First of all, no. We're a constitutional republic. You a-hole. It's not. It's not. You don't get to choose. You're supposed to choose between who is this guy? Where does he get his information? He has been in government for half a century and he doesn't know that we're a constitutional republic.
Well, and that he's saying that we have to choose one or the other, freedom or democracy. You guys can't have both of those things.
And don't jump. Don't do it.
Yes. Somebody asked, is Haifa a city in Israel? Yes, it is. He meant Rafah, but he's too dumb to know that that's what he meant. So he said Haifa.
No.
Okay, so to the Kennedys. So the Kennedy siblings all came out in support of Joe Biden, unbelievably.
Gross.
And what was super interesting to me is when Carrie Kennedy spoke, because she suffers the exact same voice condition as her brother.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. So it's dysphonia, I think it's called. But it was so crazy. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
So obviously, it's a very genetic thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she sounds like she has a milder case of the exact same thing that RFK Jr. has with his voice. Here she is, like saying mean things about Trump and supporting Biden.
I can only imagine how Donald Trump's outrageous lies and behavior would have horrified my father, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who proudly served as the Attorney General of the United States and honored his pledge to uphold the law and protect the country. Daddy stood for equal justice, for human rights, and freedom from want and fear, just as President Biden does today.
No. Not true. So gross. Why don't you think they get like one of the other girls to do that?
Well, maybe they all have it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know.
What's the dude's name? What's the dude's name? Sorry, he's just creepy. What's
the brother?
Dude? Yeah. I don't know his name.
forget.
Do you guys know his name? I don't know his name. Anyways, listen, maybe it's because it just reminds me of my family and how they would all do the same thing to me. But I just can't stand any of these people. You know they would. You know my family would do this to me. You know they would. You've been friends with me long enough to know that if I ran for president, they'd all be like, we totally support the other person. Yeah. Because that bitch is crazy. Yeah, they would. They all would do it.
Oh my God.
My family's so dysfunctional. So I get mad about the fact that his family is just betrayed him in such a way because they're praying at the altar of like Joe Biden. Gross. I mean,
right?
It's just gross.
It's pretty vile.
I find it to be so disgusting that they would do that to their brother. First of all, politics aside, that's gross, you guys. That's just gross. And think of the things that the government has done to their family.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just get real. Let's just have a conversation at the kitchen table right now, like you guys and me. And let's talk about just for a second about what the government has done to, their father and their uncle. And don't you think they would be kind of like, the government's not been so great to our family. I don't know. What a bunch of power hungry jerks.
Yeah.
These
well, and just to put a cap on like how absurd it is of who they're throwing their support behind. Dana Bash sees this differently than I do, but the Biden campaign put out a new ad for the Biden campaign, and it is called Sharp. And the whole ad is just like interviewing some dude saying like how much smarter Joe Biden was in person. And the fact that they had to do that is a problem, right? Like the fact that this is what they're addressing is his sharpness level because they know all the evidence is to the contrary.
Totally.
And so Dana's like, see, like there's like, I just couldn't believe her reaction to it. You'll see it as soon as you see the ad.
Before we go, I just want you and our viewers to see a brand new ad from the Biden campaign. And the name of the ad is Sharp.
I love to tell the story about meeting President Biden because when you meet him, this guy's as sharp as a knife. They have nothing else to attack because they can't attack the things that he's doing that are so good for this country.
Oh my God,
Joe Biden
that's all we
gets
do.
things done. That's just who he is.
That's all we do.
I mean, that says it all. Again, that is from the Biden campaign.
Oh my gosh. Every day
says it all.
That says it all, you guys. It says it all. We talk every day about policy. We live it. We live it.
God.
Dana Bash.